I'm actually nitpicking here. So this might not be a big deal for those who are not very familiar with the 6-button Model 2 controller. But in my opinion, this is not a true replica of a Model 2 controller. I would say they got maybe about 65% correct. Now this part feels great. It is wonderful. That's perfectly fine. Shoulder buttons are quite stiff and they do not make the clicking noises like the OG Saturn pad does. Now, this is obviously extremely lighter and less bulkier than the actual Sega Saturn controller. As for the D-pad, they got it wrong. This has more of a sunken in design. This has more of a sunken in design in my opinion. This has more of a pop out. It pops out more than it does on the actual Model 2 controller. And I knew that from the very start when they showed the photos. I said the D-pad ain't right. And guess what? It isn't right. Does it mean it's terrible or bad or not responsive? Absolutely not. It is very responsive, but still it is just not the same design as the actual Model 2 controller. And I believe this left side just arches way too much upwards. The up, right, down is perfectly fine, but the left side, not so much. Now this controller would be great for those who own a RetroPie because the cable, the USB cable is extremely long, so that would be perfect for RetroPie owners. I have only used this for Windows 10, plugged it in, it read it right away, and it worked great on emulators and on Steam, especially on King of Fighters 13. I was able to pull off the moves and techniques with my favorite character, King. Now, I still prefer this controller way more. I like the design. This would be perfect for someone who has smaller hands. I believe this controller is perfect for anybody, in my opinion. But overall, I believe the D-pad is just way better than this. But the only issue I have with this controller is just makes way too much noise. It's just absolutely annoying, but this is still a very sturdy, well-made controller. This controller actually came in loose from the sides. I actually had to screw in the screws in order to get a more tight feel of the controller. But overall, if you don't have the funds, you know, you just don't have that much money, this is the way to go. You get what you paid for. Is this a terrible controller? Absolutely not. But this is not a true replica of the 6-button Model 2 Sega Saturn controller, in my opinion. But still, it's a very decent controller. As for input lag, I did not notice any input lag. I was able to pull the moves with ease. And actually, you know, it's not so bad at all. So like I said, you get what you pay for. So that's my opinion. I'm really just nitpicking. So for like a casual or someone who's not very familiar with this controller, is not as hardcore Sega Saturn fan like I guess this would be perfect for you. But I still actually would rather use this on the PC. Thanks for watching and take care.